Hey everybody, welcome back to another Stone Face Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we're here to watch some Heavenly Delusion. Where last time our episode was Day of Fate, where Maru gets into a fight with a group of thugs and ably defends himself. He tells Kiriko that he was born in the same year as the Great Disaster and grew up in an orphanage, but the children were dispersed when he was age 7. He survived in gangs until he was about 10 when Mirako took him in. Later, after Kiriko sells some books to buy a map, Maru explains the war collapse theory to Kiriko. A passenger from the ferry approaches Maru
Wait,
and
wait, wait,
Kiriko.
wait, wait. Stop. Go back. What did you say?
Maru explains the war collapse theory to Kiriko.
Oh, okay. Now, okay. Took me a minute to
All right.
remember that, but I didn't really hear what you said, so I just want to go back.
Gotcha. A passenger from the ferry approaches Maru and Kiriko, seeking protection for himself and his cargo until he reaches the doctor at the Immortal Order, who can apparently grant humans eternal life by transplanting parts of a man-eater into them. However, the flesh is degraded, so Maru and Kiriko decide to head for the zone shown on their map, which indicates clean water. Meanwhile, in heaven, Taro dies from disease, and the director is frustrated that there is no cure, insisting that one might be found before the upcoming Day of Fate. However, following the cremation of Taro's body, the medical team find what looks like a large bug in the ashes.
Why does it say bug? It looks like an egg to me.
I felt like it was an egg too, or just like a weird rock, but I guess that is a hint at what it probably is going to be, isn't it?
I also imagine two things here have solidified the debate that we had at the end of the episode, where you thought they were
Mm-hmm.
heading to the Immortal Order, and I was saying no. They said specifically they're heading to pure water. That
And this
one,
episode is 100% safe water.
yeah, and then the recap just specifically said that they said that too. So now we know.
There we go. So, Theta, I think you got a couple things in your mind. In this segment, we like to call Theta's thoughts. So, what's on your mind?
I think only really one of these is a thought, and two of them are just like things I want,
Observations.
yeah, observations I wanted to bring up a second time before we go back into the episode, since it's been a week since the last time we watched. First observation that it's probably not great that there is a deadly disease floating around when all these kids are getting into their sexual discovery phase. Well, we got the
Oh yeah,
girls that
they're
are making.
already infected, aren't they?
Well, the kids are like making out behind trees. We had the one kid who's like, God, I feel the need to touch all over you, but I don't know how to express this with words. Like, I want to, like,
Oh,
eat you. I want to lick you. I want to. Yeah, he's doing all this shit.
you figured it out. This is actually a so you know those parasitic diseases that'll like take over an ant and like encourage it to get to like the top of a plant so it can get eaten.
I know where you're going, Griff, but at the same time, these are like 14 to 17-year-old kids, so I kind of think they're just in that discovery phase of their bodies.
Yeah, I know. That's the way like it's put out. That's the way that like makes common sense. But it is a very funny thought to keep in my mind. I'm gonna go ahead and put a pin on that myself.
I
So what do you
think
got
I think
next?
specifically we haven't seen anything that's been like that. I know we've seen the faceless babies, but I think those are the kids that the babies the kids turn to the people we've seen
Mhm.
so far.
More importantly, we saw Taro in bed, not necessarily doing that. So if
We've
he
seen
represents the infectious disease in late stages, he wasn't doing that.
episode one. We saw Taro wandering around doing the same stuff the other kids were doing. He
Hmm.
only really got sick later on. I think it's mostly
Yeah,
we didn't really recognize Utaru as anybody different or anybody to keep an eye on in the first
yeah.
episode because it was the first episode. But I went back to check what it looked like, the recording stuff, before the episode went live today. Today is,
Yep.
by the way, this is your notification of where we are recording wise. That today was the first episode that got released on YouTube. So this is where we're at.
We are in the far future of the year 2023.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go with the Conan joke. The year 3000. Yeah, that's an old Conan joke now too.
So, so we got next.
Let's see the other do I want to put these in order? No, I think I'll say that last. Tokyo got a picture of a baby, right?
Uh, I don't know if he got a picture of
I'm pretty
it.
sure it's a she. I'm pretty sure Tokyo was a girl.
I didn't think that was the question. Just picture of it though was what you said.
It's not a
I don't remember
question,
the
but
picture
you said
picture.
Tokyo and you said he. So I'm putting out that I thought Tokyo was a girl.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different character, or no, Tokyo was totally a guy.
Tokyo is a girl. For one thing, well, for one thing, they have a figure of a girl. Another one, I guess, if I'm going to be mainline assumptions here, they're hitting on a guy all the time.
That has not stopped any of the
That's
kids.
why I said mainline. I believe in the current demographics, it's still majority straight. So I'm not basing it on personal preferences. I'm not trying to label anybody. I'm just saying that if we were going to use demographics as an example, I believe saying a woman would be interested in a guy, it's just percentage better chance of being right.
Anyway, so you were saying that they took a picture.
I'm saying Tokyo is a girl. That's if we're gonna if we're gonna fall down on sides that we can be right later on. I want to just put that out there.
But it doesn't matter.
It literally does to the back half of my sentence. So the fact you stopped me and said Tokyo is a guy block ends the whole conversation.
So what's the rest of your thought?
That Tokyo gives birth to Maru. So you see the problem here if you think Tokyo is a guy?
Do you think that would really stop this series?
I mean, arguments could be made that the monsters come out of nowhere. But if they're. Well, I don't know, because your recap said bug and not egg. So.
Yeah, it gets weirder.
But yeah, no, I am 90% sure. And the only reason I'm not
Oh,
100% sure is because you said guy.
here we go. Later, Tokyo visits her friend Taro. There you go. You have been confirmed. Congratulations.
I don't think we've ever had this problem before where we've seen a character and thought they were one way or the other.
Here's what I gotta say. Uh, kids just look the same. They really just do.
I don't know. I guess this falls back to the previous statement of these are kids discovering themselves sexually, and this is the age where sexual characteristics tend to develop. So, like I said, it seems to me Tokyo had a female figure.
So yeah, you have weird supernatural conspiracy theory thing
I'm
going
glad
on.
that's where your sentence went. You
What?
have a weird sense of what sex children are. What? It'll
Let me
be,
spook you a little bit more.
be another edited out section of conversations we have.
Theta, I'm leaving the guild that I'm in World of Warcraft. So you have a third thought.
Well, I mean, my full thought on this one was that Tokyo got a picture of a baby. If everyone turns into what they got a picture of, is Tokyo Maru.
Yeah, that's a real weird idea there too.
Imagine that all of these kids escaped I'm gonna say the facility, because
Hmm.
clearly heaven is a facility of some sort. And all these kids escape the facility, and they turn into monsters out in the world. Well, if one of them turns into a baby, obviously they're not going to have any parents.
Hmm.
They might wind up in an orphanage.
I think like when it came to like the pictures before, I think I was bouncing like two theories. Either one, the person writing the pictures or somebody else has a power that transforms them specifically into those creatures at some point, or they are predicting the future,
Predicting the
or
future is what I would go with.
or B, he's seen some sort of plans for everyone else and is drawing out those plans.
I don't think.
Someone else already knew ahead of time, but that also seems less and less likely given the response of the adults in heaven.
I feel like each one of these kids has been tampered with to be given some sort of superpower or something to
Hmm.
make them superhuman. Like the one that can walk up walls, one that. Well, I guess that's the same one. Is that the same girl that was doing the Naruto Sasuke thing on the tree that we were joking about before?
Uh, Gosh, there was at least one of them doing it. But yeah, no, they all obviously have superpowers.
And then the one boy who fell from a super height and just bounced off the ground and was fine.
Mhm.
So one of them having predictive abilities or something like that wouldn't surprise me. That's the one I would lean
Yeah.
into. Not that he's making it happen or that he saw the computer screens and figured it out.
hmm Oh, I do have another theory now, though, out of all this. So we've been batting around the idea that heaven has taken place in the past, and like this is all like a little bit of a deception and all that. I have a new theory of this is all taking place in the present, right now. It is there, it is real. We can go ahead and put the default assumption back for a moment in order to say the day of fate that they are talking about is not like leading to the collapse or something, but rather they are in post collapse right now, and the day of fate is the point at which their project probably turns on them. They need to get their solution prior to that date, or that is when the results of their tests come in full. Because this facility, as we have started to be hinted at with other sources, has implanted them with the monster bits. And the reason why they're drawing the weird monsters is because those are the ones that they took bits from.
So you're going with the cult leader then.
A little bit, yeah. I'm
Uh,
going to assume that there will be a connection, but that apparently is going to be another episode.
You're assuming that the crazy guy who got off the boat with bits of a monster that he bought was telling the truth.
Yeah, I think
I was trying
I
to
think
explore
the
the
pieces
space
line up.
there. I was trying to explore the space there. I couldn't figure it out. Not that he's not telling the truth, but it's just not wrong.
That the rumored information he has is in some way correct, not exactly how he assumed with the immortality, though maybe that's true in a different way with a different set of subjects. Uh, but that perhaps people have been experimenting in this way, and that rumor has slowly seeped out.
What I appreciate most is that this is, well, I think you're still wrong. I think this is
Fair.
also the more grounded of your theories, considering that your previous theory was heaven is in an alternate dimension. So my these two things don't happen at the same time theory, I think it's very conventional, right?
Yeah.
You've gone from Noin to Guyver. I guess Guyver would be a good example of your new theory.
I guess a little bit. I think what all I'm saying here is that given that we have 5 episodes of information at this point, I'm starting to see at least some things that have been said seem to line up, and whether or not all that is truthful narration, we just don't know yet.
Well, you gotta remember if this is a 12 episode run, which I believe it to
hmm
be, that we're about halfway now, so this should
We
be
gotta hit
enough
the plot
information
sometime.
to. Well, actually, if you remember, we might not.
Yeah.
The description of the show was one of like this is a road trip, and they're just gonna like wander through the big events without knowing that they're happening. So, yeah, the heaven bits are really the only thing giving us information. And if we can't figure out when they happen, especially when they give us literal timestamps, I think we're going to be screwed.
Yep. Again, everything could be a lie. We'll never know.
Well, of course, I think I'm right. I always do.
That's correct. And on the subject of you being right, let's go ahead and watch the episode. But before we get started and see how right you are, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and comment down below to feed that algorithm. On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered, uncensored, and uncut, as well as some early access stuff, you can check it out over on the Patreon. It's just $5 a month, but no pressure. It's all support channel, just a little bit extra.
And this won't be starting the opening anyway.
That's all right. Hey, you still have time to go ahead and give us some more thoughts.
No, it's when we were going to start with the ranking of kings. Recording schedule for you in the audience is how we do these
Uh-huh.
things. I actually thought this episode was the episode to open up during that time. Because when you look at the thumbnails for the 3 videos we're doing today, the Ranking of Kings one has a logo on it that looks exactly like the baby faces. So I'm like, okay, that's obviously the Heavenly Delusion opening. so I'll just open this one over here. It's like, oh shit, that's not the right song.
Gosh, what a weird mix-up that would be, to assume that you're about to watch a fantasy show about political drama and magic, and instead you get the post-apocalypse. And you're just like, where are the kings?
I guess if I was paying more
Oh.
attention, I could have told the difference. Given that there's a throwing star in that one as well. No throwing stars in either show.
I think maybe I missed this detail in the intro here before, but Maru's power, his like golden lines, like eventually evolve into a plant.
They evolve into a hand.
Yeah. So I'm wondering what that's going to mean. Just gonna put down another note here.
あの高架の下をもう少しあっちに行くと地下の入り口があるんですよ。そこに水が溜まってるんです。どうもありがとう。ねえ、寝床のご用はありませんか？綺麗な部屋と干したお布団がありますよ。ね。
悪いけどちょっと寄っただけだから。
あ、そうですか。
Well, since I can't drop you in your sleep, I'll rob you right now.
It's nice to help people out, but at the same time, with all the abandoned buildings around here, it seems like plenty of places to sleep.
There's a difference between having a flat surface to sleep on that is miserable versus having a spot that is a little bit comfortable.
Griff, I've slept behind a bus station before on the pavement with nothing but my own coat to cushion.
And that's still better than an abandoned building.
Not really, it's the same materials. A coat, a hard surface, that's it.
At least they can park their bicycles here.
水だ。けどこれ水没してるだけじゃないか？あまり綺麗な水には。
人が倒れてる。
Yeah, I mean, dead body probably doesn't make it clean water.
Very clean. He's got scratches on his back. There's some monster activity happening here.
Could you use your last breath to tell us a little bit more about the monster?
All I know is that when I die, my last breath, I'm going to use it all for a tutorial for whoever's there. Oh, his buddy didn't make it either. That ain't even a monster, that's just a bear. In Japan.
I don't think that was the clean water place either. It was just water.
It'd be funny for it just to be like, oh, huh, that's weird, just adjacent to the actual place we're looking for.
I'd say don't stop running. You have no time. You would have no idea if this is going to time up properly.
Unfortunately, they are too cool.
ほら、伸びてる。
おお。
追ってくると分かってれば仕掛けようはあるのさ。
とっさの判断力マジですげえな。
マル君、迅速にとどめよ。
あ、そっか。よし。
Kiriko's got the whole RoboCop routine down.
Not a monster.
Suddenly more dangerous than the real monsters.
What is our camera point of view here?
I believe we call that the dropped camcorder at the end of the found footage.
よく登れたな、僕。
Who built that? That was the rickety ass ladder I've ever seen.
俺の気持ちわかる？あれれ、なんか入っていかないな。おかしいな、おかしいなって思ってたら、この距離でクマと目があった俺の気持ちが。
ごめんごめん。あいつが怪物なんて言うから。
人のせいにすんな。大体あのクマは納得の怪物だわ。
でもほら、クマでよかったよ。
But how did the bear get to Japan?
I feel like this is the 50th time I've ever said anything to you, Griff, about this, but zoos do exist in Japan. And this is Tokyo. Tokyo Zoo.
I'm setting him up to find the zoo later and then get caught by the gorilla.
4発目が出ればあと1発撃てる。
出るかな。
Also, I suppose it is entertaining to think a bear is probably actually one of the better choices for surviving in these kind of places, right?
何？
They already can deal with urbanization pretty well. They can eat basically anything they want, and they can sleep it off half the
ピン
year.
チを落とした。2番。
何やってんだよ。ああ、本当に落ちてる。
取ってきて。
I'll admit I didn't hear a word you said, Griff. I was watching her drop the battery.
ハルくん。僕のこと女だと思ってる？男だと思ってる？
なんだよ突然。いや、そりゃ見た目が女だからお姉ちゃんの意思にはそぐわないかもしれないけど。
よし。取ってきたらおっぱい触らせてやる。
Of course. Of fucking course.
Motivate your companion to be suicidal. Do it. Bear waiting in ambush. Very good.
隠れて降りてくるの待ってやがった。
Yeah, I think the bear could actually climb that.
永遠クマとコン比べするか。射程内まで降りて撃つしかない。
くそ。マル君。実は火事場のバカ力的にこんなところに登ってしまったが、僕はここから降りられんのだ。
なんて？
いやいや、君みたいに頑丈な方が珍しいんだよ。普通この高さは無理だって。だからマル君、もう一回、今度はキル光線を持って降りてクマを倒すんだ。そしたらクマの死体をクッションにして僕は降りる。
More video game graphics.
人食いでない以上。
Oh, that's gonna go terribly. Oh, this is a terrible play.
逆に言わせてもらうかお姉ちゃん。銃を渡されても普通お姉ちゃんみたいな精密な射撃はできないんだ。
僕は射撃がうまいのか？
いや相当うまいよ。普通フェンスに捕まりながら電柱に当てたり走りながら敵の腕を狙ったりできないって。
僕役に立ってる？
当たり前だ。お姉ちゃんがいなかったら5回は死んでる。
I'm really expecting the let me feel your boobs before I go back down there thing.
僕が役に。僕が追い払う。僕がやるんだ。よし。作戦を考えよう。まず体をほぐしながらクマがなるべく離れるのをひたすら待つ。
離れたら
その瞬間を狙ってマルは下に降りて。着地音を聞いたら躊躇せずに僕も降りる。
I'm really leaning into the Mario Tokyo connection.
僕を受け止めたらマルは全力で逃げる。
And they're both dead from impact.
お姉ちゃんは4発目が出なかったら。
そん時は君が逃げ切るくらいには抵抗してやるさ。
So funnily enough, I think this is the first time we've seen it hit like a non-monster creature, isn't that right?
作戦ミスだな。
I think.
僕には4発目が出る確信があ
Like
っ
it's
たんだよ。
melted concrete.
電池に丸のエロパワーがこもってたから。
なんだそれ、やめろ。おい。岩田さん、しっかりしろ。岩田さん。
ボス。
島本君は助からなかったのか。トトリ、岩田さんを助けてくれた人は？
名乗るほどのものではありませんって風のように去ったよ。
マジかよ。何者だよ。熊の頭吹っ飛んでたぞ。会ってみたかったな。ああ。しかしこんなところに熊が出るとは。
Liar.
Just growing the legend.
今後のために今回騙された手口を話しておく。
騙された？
テント街の自警団が副業で盗賊行為をしてたんだ。その狩り場にまんまと僕らをおびき寄せられた。
おびき寄せられた。
100% 安全な水。本来水に近寄ったところで入り口を塞ぐ手口だったんだ、きっと。つまり地図屋も1枚噛んでるんだよ。
じゃあもう信用できないじゃん、地図の情報。
全部が嘘とは限らんけどね。反省会はこのぐらいにして寝よう寝よう。予定外の足止め食っちまった。どうした？せっかく
That is all like a moderately good bandit plan.
何か忘れてないか？
Here we go.
何か約束を忘れてないか、お姉ちゃん。俺は命がけだったんだぞ。おっぱい触
It's
ら
time
せ
for the awkward anime scene.
Look, we already watched Chainsaw Man.
髪は元は黒のストレートだったんだ。例えば大きな怪我をして手術したりすると髪質が変わることがあるらしい。僕の頭にこのバサバサの赤い髪が生えてきたのもそういうのが原因だと思うけど、これは姉ちゃんの呪いだと思ってる。私の体にいたずらするなよっていう。
そう。じゃあジャンパー脱いで。
いいの？僕のおっぱいを触るということはつまりこういうことだからね。それでも構わないと君が言うなら約束は守る。男と男の約束だからな。
If you're really my bro, you let me touch your ribs.
何秒とか決め。
女の子みたいな声出た。
お客さん。
Coming in with the pipe to save the day.
ここはそういうことをする場所ではありませんよ。お客さんはこっち。お客さん。私じゃダメですかね。
Well, that went a different way.
80万、もしくは太陽光で充電できるライト。あれでいいです。
やっぱ荷物あさりやがったな。
取ってないんだからいいじゃないですか。ね、どうですか？バンダナしたままの方がいいですかね。
Yes, another part of the bandit plan, huh?
Well, no, I think it's hotel slash brothel is what's going on.
俺は年上が好きな。
This will now cost you 200,000 yen.
Oh shit, he's gonna kill her. She's a monster.
お姉ちゃん、ちょっと来てくれ。動くかな。
What he's really learned is bears are the only one immune to his powers.
No, I think it proves that you're right.
入った
That was not what he meant.
どこになんだ
phrasing.
あらゆる状況が誤解を解くことの困難さを物語っていることに気づいたマルは絶望のあまり目の前が
I love the narrator stepping in.
Everything was too awkward, therefore he
本
surrendered.
当ですかよかった
少し疲れているようなので休んでいってください。
See, that's Tokyo there. That's why I thought Tokyo was
That's a
dude.
girl. What are you talking about?
What about the feet, Theta?
あれ
I would say, what if it was just feet?
Oh, that'd be even weirder.
アスラ
The one that hung themselves.
おー
得意ですかどういう意味消えた
Psychic projections from the grave.
何僕の足が先生夢
具合はどうですか？
Yeah, sure feel better after that nap, huh?
So there was those footprints.
僕の天国はここです。責任取ります。許してください。
いやーこのまま話を進めてもいいんですけどかわいそうなんでやめときますよ私が誘ったんだしお兄さんは何もしてないですよ
ありがとうございます。
何者かと聞かれても
Poor little Maru.
気がついたらこの町の自警団に育てられてましたな大災害より後に生まれて孤児になったのか両親どっかで生きてるかもしれないな別に探す気も会いたい気もないですよ
What if everyone that's alive after the Great Disaster is a monster?
気持ちがいいものはお金になるんです
Good thought.
綺麗な部屋と
But they've touched other people, I assume.
好みの客が来たらセックス
You
してお
assume.
金を稼いでホテル王になるんですよ
Well, the other hotel person we've come in contact with killed, so...
Yeah, currently she is in fact king of hotels. She's winning.
もはやマルタッチで実際に殺してみせるくらいしか信じてもらう術がなかった。
おやなんとかダイブじゃなかったのか
それ一旦忘れよう。俺も口にした瞬間、あ、やっちまったって思ったよ。
思い出したフェイタルダイブだ
忘れろっつってんだ。
それじゃあ布団気持ちよかったよ
なんだよ元気ないな。夕べの勢いはどこ行った？
She does not look like a morning
ダメ
person.
だったって今朝早くに死んじゃったってせっかく助けてもらったのにねすごく丈夫な人だから絶対死なないと思ってた仲間思いのいいボスだったんだけどなまあ生きてりゃ死ぬこともあるか
Or so we said about everybody we caught in that 100% freshwater pit.
一緒に来るそっか
ならホテル王になれよ。あんなやつでも誰かの大事な人だったんだな。もし近所に生まれて同じ町で育ってたら仲間だったかもしれないんだよな。
There we go. I like all this. It's like a nice humanizing element, even for like what quote unquote bandits and such that they have here.
Well, they show up as a shipping couple on the anime trends, so. Which I guess we should also explain. We're not also caught up either, so we're ahead on the YouTube. We're ahead of the YouTube, but we're not caught up with where the show is at. So the anime trends is voting on is what people have further knowledge than us.
Gosh, where would I put this? I think it's still a brother-sister relationship, more or less, like in terms
It's not,
of tone.
though. No. They're just using that word, sis.
I guess. I mean, I'm trying to get my vibes in, that's all.
They haven't even known each other that long. He's just using it because she's a woman. Calling her sis.
So is that leap a super leap?
No. We've seen bigger leaps.
Oh gosh, what have we really learned today from this episode?
Well, the Theta thought I didn't get out there was to keep an eye on Maru's tooth to see if it grew back.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't, so far.
Yeah, he's still got the whole...
Right, but if he was like a monster with generating powers, it could have grown back. It just hasn't. Oh, wait.
Oh, more. What?
So it is the AI.
今日はちょっと元気そうだね。
心配事があったんだけど亡くなったから。
よかった。
Yes, this is the easiest way to do this.
見つけた。これだ。この部屋に残っていた足跡は時代くん。しかしどうやってバレ
The
て
drama starts.
Oh, then the AI kills him.
アスラの幽霊見た。
Whole Resident Evil thing's going on.
夢かもしれない。コナはアスラが好きだったんでしょ。
だけど時を
Asura's ghost kills them.
感じの好きだよ。知ってるでしょ。
Well, that was weird.
What about it?
Oh no, sorry. The subtitles literally had just the very last flash on the screen was translated by Andy Chan. And I was like, what?
Make your censor bar your credits. Congratulations.
Well, no, well, we don't need a censor bar. She's literally covering herself. I've never seen that before on our translations here. Just an instant at the very end, translated by blah, blah, blah. It's like, what? Unless
right.
she said that. The camera was on her.
Mm-hmm. So I think today we learned bears are the most powerful creature on Earth, right?
No, I think we learned lasers are the most powerful creatures on Earth.
But they can't be hurt by superpowers.
Lasers can't be hurt by... Wouldn't that... That means that I'm more right. If lasers are the most powerful creatures on Earth, and they can't be hurt by superpowers, that makes them even more powerful.
So what else have we learned here today? So that was weird, right? With the Maru touch thing?
Well, I think you go with the 80,000 before you give away your solar power flashlight, because it seems more rare.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
As
Yeah,
a
that
trade-off.
seems important. But I more mean like the monster bit, the monster bits stuff that we've gotten before.
Well, it either implies that his fatal touch, fatal dive, Maru touch, whatever he's calling it now, either only works on monsters and that there's human monsters, or it works on more than just monsters, but not specifically just wild animals.
Apparently, not just any human either, obviously. Otherwise, he probably would have noted that before, right?
Well, we don't know. I don't think, unless you can specifically recall a time he's touched another person.
Yes, the scene before.
That wasn't Miraku.
Yes, in the fights that he's done. The episode before, he actually fought a whole gang of people.
Right. Right, but he tends to have to like hold his hand to a thing, and that's different from just punching it, because when you punch somebody, your hand transverses their entire rear, and you're not holding it there.
True, fair. But I mean, like, in the interests of knowing things, like, he's had to have at least tried something before, right? No,
Well,
maybe not.
if he doesn't think it doesn't work except on monsters, then why would you?
He also did, in fact, learn it and or gain it from another person. So certainly, if they were guiding this, they must have given them some more additional information, right?
Again, that's
And if his belief
supposition.
is
We
that it
don't.
works on monsters,
Wait, you can't go to the next step yet. We don't know that he learned or gained it from somebody else.
right?
Yeah, you're just guessing at that. The same way that I'm guessing he's Tokyo.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, now we still have we still have the more drama happening over in heaven, which is just increasingly confusing, isn't it?
I don't think it's confusing. I think it's probably easier to follow than what the main two characters are going through.
Well, I mean, like, there's more questions, I suppose is a better way to say it.
She had a bad dream. That was easy to figure out.
Did Asura always look like that? Did they always have telepathic towers? Is that why they were floating in the air before, and that wasn't like their suicide
If
method?
we assume that they all have some sort of superpower, then sure, maybe Asura was always like that. But I would assume not, because that would also make it really hard to commit suicide by hanging yourself.
Are they actually acting from beyond the grave?
It was a
Why
bad
is
dream.
the AI helping the kids hook up?
Because it wants to see evolution, I guess.
Why is it also hiding the kids sneaking around?
So that they can hook up.
In the baby room?
Babies are hot? I don't know what you're going for here. I don't know, because it only really seems to do it, as far as we can tell, it only seems to do it when Tokyo is wandering around. But since Tokyo is our point of view character, we don't know if it's also doing it for other people or not.
Right. My assumption is that probably.
If Tokyo is the whole giving birth thing that I think that I've supposed with Maru, then it's possible if the AI wants to see evolution, that it's letting the one person who can, give birth to new generations of this the ability to wander around and see it for themselves.
Yeah, so we have like the weird biological singularity AI focus here, which that's gonna be fun, I guess. Well, we gotta get more info. We have so many questions to answer. And I guess about the real world, Theta, you got any more tidbits about that?
No, I suck at the real world. I in fact stopped playing around level 30.
Yeah,
well, that was probably due to outside interference, though.
Yeah.
I'm not done with Heaven, though.
Oh, okay. Well, what about Heaven with Maru and Kyoko?
I was sorry. It's also putting that in my joke metaphor about the real world. I'm not done with Heaven. It means a whole different thing. Anyway, I don't know. I meant more towards you specifically because we got more dates on screen and shit, and your whole new theory about them happening at the same time.
But you see, that's the thing, Theta. I didn't pay attention to this. We'll have to get them later.
Literally, they popped up on screen for every time that the camera was showing you what was really happening, and then the AI showing you the coverage of what if it not happening. They had timestamps on them every time.
So I guess we got more information to troll for then and see like if we can make things line up or understandable.
Well, the problem here is that you're not gonna do that. Because I know you.
But you are.
Why would I?
I don't know.
I've already proven my theory. I gave you timestamps before.
I'm gonna go ahead and set that down as the homework, and we'll work on that one later.
I don't continue to prove my theory once I'm already right. See the risk there. I'm a bad scientist, right? Because the thing to do would be to continue to test
Mhm.
so that you're always proven right, so that you know you're definitively right. I, on the other hand, get proven right once and then avoid retesting. Because all I have is to lose now. I don't want to lose the only game that I've won.
Next time on Heavenly Delusion, shattering Theta's pride. So,
Not going to happen because you're not going to do it.
right. You got any last words then?
Please don't kill me.
Later. So, this has been Heavenly Delusion, everybody, and this has been Stoneface Reactions. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we'll catch you next time. See you around. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below, and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?